Hey guys, how are you doing? Hopefully you're having a great day. I picked the perfect day to do this video, as you guys can see. But today I want to talk about my ice fishing shelter setup, what I'm running, why I'm using it, and kind of how I set it up inside. So let's go inside, let's get away from the wind a little bit, and let's talk about this hut right here. Alright guys, so this is the Clam Yukon XL. Let's go inside, it's going to be a lot quieter. This is actually my second Clam Yukon XL. I like the hut so much that I decided to get another one this year. So I'm going to quickly talk about the hut, kind of talk about some of the specifications that make this hut, and compare it to a couple of the other popular flip-over huts, and show you guys inside. The cool thing that this model had, compared to the older 2018, I believe, model, is now the Yukon XL comes with these massive double doors. You got one on this side here. We got one on this side here. You can actually open up both of them and wrap them around the middle here and fish pretty much just with your back covered, which is really nice on warmer days, not days like today. I obviously went with a thermal clam hut. Honestly guys, if you have the money, it's so worth it. It's so much warmer in there. We got another door in the back here, so you guys can see, and that's about it. So it's 3 doors, a bunch of windows, and overall it's pretty spacious. Today I'm fishing alone. I usually fish with another person, and it's pretty spacious for 2 people. Let's close the door so we're nice and warm in here. It's just held on Velcro. And inside the hut, we got a bunch of windows here, as you guys can see. 2 in the back that I'm not going to open. Inside the hut, it is black. Not something I'm used to. I'm used to fishing huts that have a gray inside, but so far so good. I like it. I don't mind it. I feel like it doesn't bother me at all per se. But let's get into the hut. So why I chose to go with the flip over as opposed to a pop-up. Pop-up, you have a lot more room. Lighter, of course, but the reason why I went to flip over, I just like the convenience of it. I like the convenience of having everything in the actual tub in the actual hut. It's really easy and really quick to set up and to take down, so it's really easy to move spots, which I like doing a lot. And honestly, like, I love some of the bigger huts, bigger pop-up huts that I've been in. You know, we own a pop-up hut as well, but it's just the convenience of having a flip over. For me personally, I just like it a lot more. So inside, as you guys can see, it's pretty spacious. Usually when I have 2 people, I bring the other chair, of course. It comes with 2 nicely padded chairs. I usually stick one there. I have this Yeti / table in the middle, and the other chair fits there perfectly. So you guys can see enough room for 3 holes actually. Got my bait down there, another hole there, and then the transducer hole right here. Overall, I believe we have 27 square feet of fishable area here, which is, if you're comparing it to the otters, bigger than the cabin, but smaller than the lodge. So we're kind of in between there. So the reason why I went with the Yukon XL for the first time, and once again, is that number one, it fits in the back of my SUV pretty well. There's actually some room still left over. I can fit like my bibs or my boots or something like that. But Clam also says that this hut will fit under the tonneau cover if you take these chairs off. So you have a truck, you can fit in the back of there as well. So that was number one. We didn't want anything, we wanted something big enough for 2 people who feel comfortable, but we didn't want something like too big where it's really, really heavy and didn't fit in the back of an SUV. This hut dry weighs 104 pounds. That's with the chairs. The chairs themselves are pretty heavy. So it's really important for someone like me, it's a little bit smaller, to still be able to, you know, lug this around a little bit and be able to go fishing by myself. Now, if you're comparing this hut to the Nanook XL, which is still very similar sized, there's a couple key differences that kind of made us want to go with the XL, where the XL is more for us. So number one, the Yukon, this one right here, is about a foot taller. So if I stand up here, you guys can't see, I'm 5'9", and I would say a 6'2" to 6'3" foot person would be able to stand up straight in this hut. So we wanted that extra, you know, height above us, which the Nanook doesn't have. Another thing is that the thermal cover is a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier per se. And the last thing is this sled right here. And the Nanook, it's shallow, which is great for when you're walking out with the flip over. But for us, we use the sled a lot, and honestly, we have a lot of stuff. So the taller / bigger sled that the Yukon comes with serves us very well. We're able to fit a lot of stuff in here. As you guys see, I still have a rod case and an auger and a shovel outside that I put in here. And yeah, it's just a little bit more heavy duty. It's a gray inside, so it's easier to find stuff, and it's just a little bit taller overall. I do actually have some of the support poles in that comes with the hut. For days like today and when it's really, really windy out, it is really nice to have. And as you guys can see, I'm just going to close it. As you guys can see, the windows are ginormous in this hut. Absolutely ginormous. A lot of light coming in. That's probably why the black interior doesn't bother me as much as because I was used to the gray. The windows are so big, there's so much light that comes in here. Another thing, this nice mesh pouch comes with the hut. Perfect for like gloves, balaclavas. I keep my camera gear up there sometimes too. Sometimes when I have the heater running on high, I'll put my food up here to warm up. I'll give you guys a better look of that tub. So it goes up to my knees almost. Maybe not. Up to the higher part of my shins. But milk crate fits really nice in there. Like I said, we bring a lot of stuff with us on the ice, and this fits all of it. I'm going to put a bunch of specifications on the screen now. You guys can have a look. It's kind of hard to really imagine the size or like the differences between this hut and other huts when you haven't been inside them, or if you're not comparing them to other huts. So I'm also going to include some information for the Nanook XL, which is very similar to this hut, and for the cabin, Otter Cabin and Otter Lodge, so you guys can have an idea of the differences between the 4 huts. That's honestly the best way of kind of figuring out what's best for you. If you don't have the opportunity to go into store and have a look at the different huts, comparing them, you know, even measuring them out on your carpet is probably the best way to go. But I mean, a bigger hut would of course be nice. You can always use a bigger hut, have more room. But this is on the, I can barely lift this hut. Like I can lift it, but it's getting there. So anything bigger for me personally might cause some troubles. And it's spacious enough. And I mean, as you guys can see, I have a 42-inch rod here, and like I'm only halfway into the actual hut. I could probably fit a 50-inch rod here pretty easily if I drill holes a little bit further out. But yeah, pretty spacious. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on this windy day. I just wanted to show you guys the inside of the hut. I know you guys see it in my videos, but I wanted to dedicate a video to kind of show you how I set everything up. Mind you, I usually fish with 2 people, but this is pretty much the way she goes, and overall I'm really happy with it, so I wanted to show you guys. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions about the hut, don't hesitate to let me know down below, and of course I will see you guys in the next one.